Hi, welcome to What's Up with DJ Now. Today we're going to be making Instant Pot Teriyaki Chicken. It's going to be really good. Stay tuned. Okay, and these are some of the supplies that we're going to be making this teriyaki chicken with, and they will be linked in the description of the video as well. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to set our Instant Pot to the saute mode. And you're going to want to make sure that you're on the more right there for at least 15 minutes. It will flip to on, and when it's ready and hot, then we'll be able to put in our oil. Now I'm going to be using 1 tablespoon of sesame seed oil. You can buy any brand that you can get. And this oil smells super good. It's used in a lot of Asian dishes, so it instantly smells good the minute that you put it in there. And then we're also going to put in 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, or whatever oil you prefer. We're going to put in 1 tablespoon of butter, and we're going to let that melt up. Stir it around, get it melted. Now I'm using 8 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. So to make the portions that you'll see today, it is 8 boneless, skinless chicken thighs cut up with the extra pieces of fat cut off. Now I used some kitchen shears, and it made it very easy to cut them up and cut the fat off. So this again is 8 boneless, skinless chicken thighs cut up into pieces. And we're just going to stir these in, and we're going to stir them until they get rid of the pinkish color. When they start to turn, slightly tan, that's what we're going for here. So as you can see, some time has elapsed and they're starting to turn more of a tannish pink. Remember, you're sauteing them. They're small pieces, so they're going to cook fairly quickly anyway. Now we're going to be putting in 1 tablespoon of minced garlic at this point. We are also going to be putting in garlic, and now I buy this garlic paste in the store. It's much easier, but you're going to want to do 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. I'm sorry, ginger. What am I saying? We already did the garlic. This is the ginger. Ginger is used a lot in Asian dishes, so you'll use that if you like to make teriyaki chicken or a lot of other Asian dishes. So we're putting in that. Again, that's a tablespoon of ginger. We're going to give that a good stir. I've turned off the saute mode at this point because the meat is sauteed enough. I'm just stirring in some ingredients while it's still hot. Now we're going to put in a 1/2 cup of chicken broth. I make my chicken broth with the better than bouillon, but however you do your chicken broth, just do 1/2 cup. We're also going to put in 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, whatever brand you want to use. Again, rice vinegar is used in a lot of Asian dishes. I know it seems like this recipe has a lot of ingredients, but trust me, you will use them, because once you make this teriyaki chicken, you're going to be so proud of yourself. Okay, now we're going to use soy sauce, and you can use either the low sodium or the regular. I have some regular to use up. And we're going to do 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce. And like I said, either the regular or the low sodium is fine. And we're going to do 1/4 a cup of brown sugar. We're going to give this a good stir and mix all the ingredients up, get it nice and incorporated in there. But what I was saying is, once you make this teriyaki chicken, you're going to be so proud of yourself, because trust me, it is restaurant quality good. I mean, the first time I made it, I was so proud of myself. I was like, wow, this is like, you know, better than if I went up and got it, you know, at a restaurant, or at least as good as the restaurant, if not better. And it's so good. So you'll be really proud of yourself once you make this. And you will use the ingredients. Okay, now I put the lid on, and I'm just showing you that my pot seals itself. If yours doesn't, make sure that you seal up your venting. And then what we're going to do is go to pressure cook, and we're going to set this to the more function, and we're only going to set this for 4 minutes. Yes, 4 minutes, that's it, because we've already sauteed the meat to where it's almost completely done. Okay, so we're going to let this flip on, and I'll see you in 4 minutes. Okay, I'm back. We're venting the air, the steam out of this, so you can open the lid, and then we're going to finish off the rest of it. Take off the lid nice and carefully, because it's going to be hot, of course. And yes, I know you can prop the lid in the little hole on the side, but one time I did that, and then while I was filming, I knocked it off, and it hit the floor, and I was like, please don't break, please don't break. And it didn't, thank gosh. Okay, so now we're going to stir this up. And of course I touched the hot pot, and had to jerk back, of course. And I know it doesn't look thick yet, but we're gonna, you know, don't worry, it's not done yet. We've got to do the last few steps to get it all nice and done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take some honey, and we're going to put in 1/4 a cup of honey. And then the next thing is another thing that's big in Asian dishes, which is hoisin sauce. And it's kind of like a plum sauce. It's used in all kinds of Asian dishes. And we're going to be putting in 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. All of these ingredients is what brings this dish to perfection. So I know it looks and seems complicated to some people. They'll be like, oh, that's a lot of ingredients and that's a lot of steps, but it's really not. Once you do it once, you're going to be like so proud of yourself. I know I keep saying that, but Your family will be so happy. They'll be so impressed that you made that. They'll be bragging about you to everybody. So we got our hoisin sauce in there. And we got to get that all stirred up, get it stirred in. Okay, now we're gonna go back to saute mode because now we're gonna thicken this all up. Set the saute mode to the less, put it on for a few minutes. The time doesn't really matter. The time is just like how long you're gonna have the saute on. I think I'm just setting mine for like 6 minutes, but if you run out of time and you end up more time, then you just turn the saute back on, but I'm just starting with 6 minutes. We're gonna work on getting this thickened up. So we're gonna let it start coming to a boil, a saute boil. And we're gonna be using some cornstarch, a cornstarch slurry. What that basically means is you get the cornstarch and you match it to the tablespoon. So if you use 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, you use 1 tablespoon of water. And I'm going to be doing 3 tablespoons of cornstarch to 3 tablespoons of water. And you mix it up till it looks like this milk consistency, nice and smooth. At first it'll feel like cement and you think, what the heck? But just keep stirring and then it'll turn to that milky substance. And we're going to pour that in and we're going to let it come to a boil, and that's going to thicken up your sauce for you, nice and thick and good. So we're just going to let it stay on saute and just stir it every once in a while. Let it come to a boil. As you see here, it's coming to more of a rapid boil. It's thickening up. And we're going to be putting in our green scallion onions in just a minute here. I have them off to the side. And those were about 5 scallions. I like to have a little bit more, but those were 5 chopped up. And I'm going to put almost all of them. I'm going to save a little bit for garnishing at the end. So I wish I'd had a few more, maybe about 10. I bought 1 bundle, and 1 bundle was about 5 or 6 of them. Now I'm putting sliced mushrooms. This is completely optional. Because I like mushrooms, I put them in because I like them. And I love them in Asian dishes. If you don't want to put mushrooms and just want to have the typical normal teriyaki chicken with just how I did everything but the mushrooms, then just leave them out. That's completely up to you. Like I said, completely optional. And we're just going to stir everything in. I think I had maybe a few minutes left on my saute mode, or I might have added maybe a couple extra minutes. You don't need to be bubbling it too hard in here at this point because it's done and the sauce is pretty thick, but I let it go for a little bit longer to kind of soften up the mushrooms and just incorporate everything together. There's my Sammy back there, keeping an eye out, roaming around. Now, this is after I turned off saute and I let it sit for, you know, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And I'm serving it up, this first serving in a bowl over some white rice that I made. You can put it over rice, you can put it over noodles, you could put it over cauliflower rice if you like cauliflower rice, whatever you prefer. And here I'm garnishing with the rest of my onions. Again, that's optional too. You don't have to do that, but I think it tastes good to have some fresh ones on the top. Look how pretty it looks. This stuff smells so good and it tastes so good. I want to let everyone know I appreciate you watching my videos, and if you'd like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. I also have a Facebook group on Facebook that I have linked in the description with the video and the recipes. So you're welcome to come and join the group if you'd like. There's Sammy getting his little sample. He always gets a little piece of meat. No onions, dogs can't have onions. And here's some pictures. So I just want to thank you all for watching my video. I hope you try this. Like I said, you'll really love it. Your family will be very impressed with you, and you'll be very proud of yourself. So you take care. You have a nice weekend. And again, thanks so much for watching my videos. Bye-bye.